Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another guide for the 0.10.0 patch. On this video we are going to concentrate on everyone's favorite type of ship, carriers or CVs based on your preference. So unfortunately I do not see variety for builds in this video, so in comparison to the battleships, your priority is going to be to remain concealed and also make your planes extremely annoying to deal with. Therefore, before we go to the captain skills, we are going to look over the equipment for your ships again, and also you need to keep in mind that only these nations at this time have the access to carriers in their tech trees. Japan, United States, Germany, and United Kingdom. And in order to get to them, you need to work through the destroyer tech tree. Don't ask me why, but I'm sure there's some reason behind it. When it comes to upgrading the carriers, majority of your upgrades are going to be focused around upgrading your squadrons. This is going to cost you research points or free experience based on what you have in your account. After that, your focus should be on the upgrade modules. I would suggest following modules based on the tier of your carrier from tier 6 up to tier 10. Air Group Modification 1, either Damage Control System Modification 1 or Aircraft Engines Modification 1. Torpedo Attack Aircraft or Bomber Modification 1. This will heavily depend from your personal playstyle and which squadrons do you prefer. Bombers Modification 2. I suggest this as you will need to get on top of enemy in order to drop the bombs, so this might give you that little extra edge to get on top of the enemy battleship or cruiser or even destroyer if you're a sucker for punishment. Flight Control Modification 1 or Concealment System Modification 1. And last but not least, for tier 10, I would suggest Air Groups Modification 2 for even bigger HP pool for your planes. After these are equipped, we can start to redistribute the points to the following captain skills. Air Supremacy 1, which will help with the aircraft restoration time by reducing it by 5%. Improved engines. This will increase your squadron speed by 2.5% or 2.5. Survivability expert. This is gonna increase your HP for squadrons based on the ship's tier. So tier 6 will have the least amount of upgrade on this, but your tier 10 will definitely see the difference. Next, you can either choose the aircraft armor, which will reduce the continuous AA damage by 10%, or you can go for the enhanced aircraft armor, which is gonna reduce the damage from AA shells by even greater percentage, and that is 25%. These should be the essentials to all your carriers, especially due to the fact that certain nations like Japan have their planes made out of wood, so they get shot down easier than, let's say, their United States counterparts. This is going to get us up to 13 points if the aircraft armor would be applied, which is gonna leave us with additional 8 points for redistribution as the maximum is 21. Here I would suggest the players based on their experience to consider these points. Search and Destroy for enhanced defense radius. Torpedo Bomber for reduction in torpedo aiming distance by 10%. Swift fish to increase the torpedo speed to not give the chance for enemy to turn away or outrun the torpedoes. Last but not least, the sight stabilization. This is gonna help you to gain the sights or get the target acquired much faster in comparison to not having this skill. The last one might be interesting to work with due to the fact of how oftentimes when I especially try to attack a ship after completing a turn with squadron, I need to hold the S key to slow down, or basically for the squadrons to take the sights and be able to hit the enemy target. Last thing I want to address is the hidden menace, which might seem tempting on its own due to the reduction in detectability, but apparently the same effect is applied to your own squadrons as their return speed is increased by 50%, which seems to be too much of a handicap, especially if you utilize pre-drops with your squadrons in order to preserve their numbers for later stages in matchmaking. Obviously, everyone is going to try a bunch of things, but as a CV player, you are stepping unfortunately into most toxic part of the game, as carriers are hated by many due to the expectations of what carriers can do versus what they were used to be able to do. Because in comparison to years ago when you were able to control squadrons at the same time and you mostly played on a mini-map in comparison to managing individual squadrons, you were able to be extremely deadly with the aerial torpedoes. Therefore, if you will command carriers, try to do the best job you can do to make sure to communicate with your team and spot or try to help out with eradication of enemy destroyers, and most of all, enjoy the game. This will be all for this guide. I know this one is shorter than the battleship, but I will try to make up for it in the cruiser builds video, as we have raider ships, smoke ships, and God knows what else. So I hope you did enjoy this video, and I will see you at the next one. Thank you for watching. Check out the channel for more fun content. See you in the comments. Bye-bye.